Hey, shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of the Haftarah Hashings. This is Haftarah Hashings installment number 54, and it's called "And This Is the Blessing." And the Haftarah portion is taken from Yehoshua, Joshua, chapter 1, verses 1 through 18. You ever been at a carnival and you heard something like this? "This is your last chance to win the game, son. Make this shot count." You know, like you're tossing rings or throwing darts or whatever. Or maybe it's a baseball game or a basketball game and say, "Son, no pressure, but this game rests on your hands. You got to make that three-point shot." You know, or you remember such quotes in movies like, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope." Or other action-adventure movies, and they say, "The fate of the entire world lies in your hands." Remember phrases like that, whether real or fictitious? No pressure, right? Well, think of how Yehoshua, Joshua, felt. Because the fate of the 12 tribes, success or failure, conquering the promised land, conquering Canaan, rested on Joshua. And so let me read to you Joshua chapter 1, verses 5 through 9. "There shall not be any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee." This is God talking to Joshua here. And Joshua feeling all this pressure, he probably needed to hear words like this, Let me read that first part again. "There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong." This is a command, not an option, not a suggestion. Hashem is telling Yehoshua, be strong and of good courage. It's worded as if it's a command, as if it's a mitzvah. "For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance of the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous." He repeats it twice. Remember, God says what he means what he says, and he backs it up and he makes it concrete, so there's no shadow of doubt when he says things two times. Abraham, Abraham, Moses, Moses, Martha, Martha. Whenever a name's repeated twice, it's like, hey, listen up. This is a sure deal. You just got to have faith. You got to believe. It says, "Be strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do all according to the law, the Torah, which Moshe my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand, nor to the left, that thou mayest prosper wherever thou goest." So success or failure depends on Yehoshua's observance and carrying out of the instructions of the Torah. "This book of the Torah shall not depart from thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee?" See, it's a command. "Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee wherever thou goest." So success or failure is contingent upon obeying the words of Hashem given to us in the Torah. So that's what teetotal faith is all about. It's about trust and it's about obedience. Just like the word Shema, it just doesn't mean hear, it means to hear and obey. So, and let me read to you Joshua chapter 1, verses 17 through 18. According as we have hearkened unto Moses in all things, so we will hearken unto thee. Only Hashem thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Wheresoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage. These are the words of the people of Israel to Joshua. Joshua got encouragement and confirmation from God himself, because he felt the whole weight of the world on his shoulders. The success or failure of conquering the promised land, rested on Joshua's shoulders. It was his command. It was on his watch. God encouraged him. Then the people came and backed him up and encouraged him as well and said almost the very same things God said. He says, look, just as God was with Moses, he's with you. We believe that, Be strong and courageous. We're going to do whatever you say. Don't worry. We're behind you, Joshua, 100%. We know that you can lead us to success. You could lead us to conquering the promised land because you know what? We know God's with you. Why did the people say this? Because Yehoshua was Moses' right-hand man. He was with Moses every single place that he went and participated in almost everything he did. When Moses was up receiving the law at Mount Sinai, Joshua was there. He may not have been in the intimate cloud of glory that Moses was enveloped in, receiving the words of Hashem, of the Torah, but I bet you he was camped right outside it, because he didn't know what was going on down below in the valley any more than Moses did. All Joshua said, you know what? Sounds like there's a battle going on. And Moses is like, no, I don't think so. And they go down and they discover the whole rabble of the golden calf. So Joshua was with Moses everywhere. So he was the natural one to lead and to succeed Moses. And because he was educated and experienced in almost everything Moses was up to this point, God was with Yehoshua, and God backed him, gave him his stamp and seal of approval before all of Israel, and then Israel backed him up too. So you know what? Remember the verse, I think it's in Philippians, I can do all things through Messiah who gives me strength. If in other verses say, if God is for us, who can be against us? So whatever task that the Lord has given you to do for his will and his calling upon your life, don't feel the pressure. Don't be afraid, because the enemy can smell fear. Be strong and courageous. It's a command. Be strong and be courageous. Be not afraid. God is with you. Even Messiah said, I'm with you always, even until the end of the age. Thanks for watching. Shalom and Shavua Tov.